I have ADHD, and it's something that I've struggled with for a very long time. I kind of have to rely on quite a bit of tools to help me function better. I know there are so many ADHD and productivity tools and apps out there, but I will say I'm very overwhelmed by a lot of them. For me, I didn't know what I needed or where to even begin on what was going to work best for me. In this video, I have 6 apps that I love for my ADHD, and they've helped me stay more organized and productive. So I hope that this video will help you just as it's helped me, and they may not work for you, and that's okay too, but I still wanted to share them because I struggle a lot with productivity and staying organized. So these apps I think will really help with that. So let's get into the first app. The first app is Notion, and I feel like this has become a pretty popular app. I feel like this is probably one of the more obvious apps to choose in terms of being very ADHD friendly. Over the past few years, Notion has gotten more and more popular on social media. I have been seeing more folks sharing what their Notion looks like on TikTok, on YouTube, and even on Lemonade if you've been using that app. So it's really cool to see how people stay organized in their life and basically put their whole life on this app. So according to Notion's website, this is what Notion is. Notion is a single space where you can think, write, and plan, capture thoughts, manage projects, or even in an entire company and do it exactly the way you want. There's so much you can do with it. So let me show you how I use Notion for my day-to-day life and how it helps me with my ADHD. So I have my Notion pulled up, and this is how I like to use it. So this is my dashboard, which I consider to be like my main screen. So I have like a clock, a weather app. I like to put the moon phase there. And another cool thing is you can add a Spotify widget and listen to the music inside of the app. But this is totally customizable. You can find lots of widgets online. These were the widgets I wanted for now and what made sense for me. So when I was looking for a recruiting job, this is what I used to keep track of my applications. I created my own little interview question bank. So as you can see, this is kind of how I kept it organized and stayed on top of everything. I would put like the company, the date that I applied. I could do a status, and I created different labels for that. I created a person that I could contact, and then the link to the job description. So that was so useful for me staying organized. I love using this for YouTube. So you can see that I can make some video scripts here. This is where I create like my video idea bank. And this is like my content calendar. So I can plan out my video ideas for every month. So as you can see, this is kind of what I've had planned out for July so far. I do the same thing for my podcast. I have a regular calendar. I will say I'm not the biggest fan of Notion's calendar template, as it's just kind of all blocked together. So if anybody knows how to make this a little bit more neater, I mean, it will change the month up here. But as you can see, I had 2 mentor sessions today. So that was kind of like the main events that I had to deal with. So main events I put on here. But in terms of things that I need to get done, I have a weekly to-do list that I really enjoy using. And so I can check things on and off as needed. And you can see the rest of my tasks exposed for the rest of this week. And I even have a page for beauty school. This isn't filled out yet. I'm using a standard classroom template that comes with the app. I mean, there are a lot of cool templates that come with this. So obviously, once I get my curriculum and everything, I could link syllabus, course schedule, textbooks, all of that, and I can change this around so I can stay organized for school. This next app is so awesome, and it's called Wanderlog. If you don't know what Wanderlog is, it is a free, yes, I do mean free. There is a subscription plan on there, but you don't need it. And it's a travel planning app that allows you to create a very structured itinerary. It allows you to map out all these different spots if you are planning a trip. I also really like that you can access it without Wi-Fi. And you can also share it with your friends. So if you're planning a trip with a couple of friends or just one friend, you can invite them and tag them so they can make changes and edits to the trip. That way everyone can see what everyone's ideas are, and you can create a finalized itinerary and plan. I know with me and ADHD, I need structure with trips. I need to create an itinerary. Being spontaneous is very overwhelming and will leave me confused. So if I know exactly what I want to do at every time and how to get there from point A to point B, Wanderlog is the perfect app for that. So let me show you how I like to use it and how I've used it in the past. Wanderlog is an app. I have it on my phone, but I thought it'd be easier to just show you it on a web browser because you can use it on a desktop web browser. So basically, this is what my homepage looks like. So you can see that I have used this to plan my trip for Dubai, Istanbul, Tel Aviv, and San Francisco. Just to give you an example of how I did it for Dubai. So what's cool is that it does give you like an automatic page to explore options, and it can come up with some ideas for you. I wanted to share like the notes section. Here you can add like your flight information. These are old flights, so no, I'm not sharing like crazy information. We can put our hotel information. We can log places that we want to visit. And also when you put these in your itinerary, it will automatically populate here. So we were in Dubai from February 24th through February 28th. This was something that was going to be for my friend, and she made notes on what she needed to get done here. This was about logging into our Airbnb on Sunday. As you can see, like this was pretty accurate and on schedule. So we did everything in order. You're able to put in the times that your events are, and you can even log the price of how much things are gonna cost, which I really like. And another cool thing is that it will even share you the commute time in between places, which I really like. But this is an awesome tool to use for travel planning. Obviously, if you don't know what Pinterest is, you've been living under a rock. But I do think Pinterest is actually a really great tool for those who have ADHD. Now, you're probably thinking, well, wouldn't Pinterest be bad for those who have ADHD? Because again, you would get caught up in doom scrolling. But the point of Pinterest is to make boards to organize your ideas and your inspiration for things that you want in your life, that you need a place to bookmark all of that so it's not chaotic and cluttered. I'll just show you my Pinterest really quick, how I like to use it to organize my ideas and inspiration. So here is my Pinterest, obviously, on my browser. And let's say I need inspiration for hair color. Okay, so like obviously like the algorithm has seen a lot of the stuff that I search for. But basically what I can do is I can take the pin, I can save it, and I have a board called I'm as free as my hair. I use Lady Gaga lyrics and quotes to name my boards. And so as we go to my whole board section, so you can see that I have a whole entire board for hairstyle ideas and inspiration. And there you see that I was able to place this red money piece halo hairstyle. I have like purple hairstyles, different ombres and stuff. I mean, I've gone through different hair changes over the years. So some of these things are really, really dated. But if I want to modernize it, like these are things that I've had that I've pinned more recently. I mean, like if you need inspiration and ideas for different clothes, I have a board for that. I have a board for makeup and beauty. I had recipes once upon a time, so this is a great place to store your recipe ideas. So yeah, I really like it. And when you have the ability to label your boards, I just think it's really helpful, and you have a place that you can pretty much find all of your ideas in one place. Some of these are really cringy. I really had a board that said boys, boys, boys. But you get the point. I think we all know how to use Pinterest, but it is great to help us stay organized with ADHD, especially if we need a place to put all of our thoughts and ideas and inspiration. Pinterest is the perfect place for that. This one is really simple, but it's just using the Reminders app on your phone. I have an iPhone, so iOS comes with the Reminders app. So I have it under my utilities section, and so the way that I use my Reminders app is literally to remind me to take my birth control. If I don't have a reminder set every single day for the time that I'm supposed to take it, I will forget. So it's important that I don't forget that, and I may put other small reminders in there that I know I will forget. So this has just been a really great tool to help me stay on top of stuff, especially if I need to be reminded to take a medication. I mean, seriously, just something simple as a reminders app is just great for those who have ADHD. This app has become more popular over, I want to say, the past 2 years, and you may have seen some YouTubers do sponsorships for it, but it's called Rocket Money, and no, this video is not sponsored by Rocket Money, but one day, if you have ADHD, you may, or you may not, have a tough time budgeting your money, managing your money. I think we all know that I suck with money. I have a terrible relationship with money. I really like this app to help me with budgeting, managing subscriptions, because I have a lot of subscriptions that I need for my YouTube channel and other personal expenses and needs for my day-to-day life. So on Rocket Money's website, this is how they describe themselves. Rocket Money, which was formerly Truebill, is your primary financial control center. The app automatically tracks different accounts and helps you navigate your finances each month in order to provide a clear picture of your income and expenses. It is just an app. You can't access it from a browser, but basically, I really liked this for managing all of my bank accounts and my subscriptions and any other things that I need to manage. I have it all in one spot, so I have some screenshots that you can see. I didn't want to do a screenshot because I didn't want all of that sensitive information to show, and I really didn't feel like blurring it out with software. So you can kind of see what the app looks like and how it's organized. It's such a great tool, and it's really great for managing your money. It's very ADHD friendly, so I can't recommend this one enough. So the last app that I wanted to share is called Evernote. I have known about Evernote for a while, but so Evernote is basically a note-taking app. And I think this is a really great tool to use if you're in school. That's exactly how I'm going to be using Evernote, is for beauty school and taking notes. And I also like that Evernote will help me save money by not buying a bunch of spiral notebooks and writing things down. I think it'll be quicker and faster if I just type it. So I'll just share with you how I kind of plan on using it, and I have it pulled up on my screen. So this is what my Evernote desktop app looks like. I don't have much on it yet, but here you can create notes. I'm just gonna click on these lecture notes. So this is a template that I could use. I don't know if I will use this, but I do like that it has it organized in all these different ways. So I think that's really cool. And it looks like you can even create a task list for things you want to do. I think this can be really great for students who have ADHD, or if you need to write notes for anything. This is a really great tool, and I just think this works a lot better than opening up a bunch of Word documents or Google Docs in G Suite, because a lot of that is kind of disorganized. I mean, you could file it, but I really like that everything is just in one place, and it's just a lot more scalable in my opinion. So this is a really great thing that I really want to recommend to people who are big on note taking, because it's all there and you don't have to go through all of these different files just to find it. So tell me, what did you think of these apps? I really like using these for my day-to-day life and helping me stay more productive. But if you are using any of these, let me know, and I'm curious to know if they've really helped you. And if there are any apps that you use for your ADHD that I didn't mention, comment down below. I'd love to check them out, because I'm all about finding new ways to manage my ADHD symptoms so I can basically function as a human being, because I feel like I can't function as a human being without these apps. They truly are a game changer. So with that being said, if you liked this video and you found it helpful, do make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!